Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is episode number 5 on how to record your music and share it with the world. I wanted to talk about a few things. First of all, we're going to talk about adding effects to your already recorded track, and this is a very important aspect. Then we'll also talk about latency issues that some of you might encounter and some other stuff in the video. So first things first, right now I'm not using my Katana via USB. I'm just using the built-in amp that comes with Studio One free, and this is one you're seeing in the screen called Empire. I have my Strat plugged in and it sounds like this. Sort of a dirty channel, okay? And I'm going to record a simple melody, one or two things, and you're gonna find out what I mean about effects, okay? So I already have in this track called guitar my monitor button on so I can hear myself, and also the track is already armed, ready to record, okay? So I rewind here, down here where it says rewind, or go to 0 immediately, or just click stop twice and it'll go to 0. I'm not going to engage the metronome down here, so I'm going to just record some random stuff. So here you go. I'm gonna disengage the mixer view for now, and I'm gonna increase the size of this track. You can increase it until here, and now I'm gonna zoom horizontally down here where you see my mouse, and I'm gonna press play here where I just played, recorded. Okay, that's about it. And now I want to add some effects. And the important aspect about this thing is that when you record through your Katana and you record with effects already coming from the Katana, like reverb, chorus, delay, no matter what, they'll be printed, okay? They'll be printed. There's no way out. There's no way you can remove them after the recording stage. So late in the mix, if you have like 4 or 5 or 6 tracks, and last you decided to add drums, let's just you record with the metronome and you decided to add a drum loop. Maybe the delay wasn't synced up with the drum loop, so it will be constantly out of tempo. So this is why I advise you not to record with effects from the Katana unless you have a specific sound you want to commit to. I advise you not to record with effects, okay? Because later you can add the effects and remove them at your taste. Even this amp sim that comes built in, I'm going here to my mix window where it says here mix in the right left corner. It will open my mix, and I'm going to recall my Empire, and now you guys will see that I'm going to play a little bit and change the controls here, okay? So here you go, see what happens. Okay, since it's a plugin, I can at any time, at any moment, give it more drive, change the bass, middle, treble, presence, and gain on the plugin itself, because the sound, the raw sound is there. It's just a matter of putting here the cursor, up here, bypass the plugin, and what you'll hear is just the draw guitar signal. Okay, so I'm going to engage it again, and you'll listen to this. So this is where amp sims come really in handy, especially if you buy the start, the Presonus, one that costs around $100. It'll immediately you can use third-party plugins like Amplitude free that has a much better sound than this one, and also import in MP3, one of the big drawbacks of Studio One free. So I'm going to close this now, okay, and I'm going to close also this, not like this, like this. So I have here my guitar that I just recorded. I'm going to loop this. So to put it in loop mode, what you'll do is you have this blue thing here, up here, and you can drag and drop to where you want it. Okay, I'm gonna drag here at the end of my recording, and I'm gonna start here at the beginning, at the very beginning. You can cut this anytime you want, okay? It's very easy to cut. There's some tools up here to cut. So if I want to cut my waveform just at the beginning, I choose this that says split tool, and I cut it here, okay? Now I can go back to my main cursor here, the arrow tool, select this one. Okay, let me go outside this, select this one, and just press delete on my keyboard. Now I can grab this and put it in the beginning, okay? Now I'll have to adjust once again my loop section. I want it to loop it from start until here, the end. But I have to engage here, down here, it says loop active. So if it's like this, it won't work. If it's like this, it will work. Okay, so if I press play, when it comes to the end, it starts all over again. But the thing is, I'm going to the mix window now. This is very important. You can put it higher or lower. This is a great feature in Studio One. And on this track, you guys see it's for my vocal, this one, and this one is for guitar on the left. There's a little arrow underneath the record button that if you click there, it'll open up this panel, okay? And I already have inserted here my amplifier. How do we insert it? I'm going to remove it. I'm going to click this little arrow here and click remove. Okay, now in this little window here, you have a plus sign and also a drop menu. Let's focus on the plus sign. You click plus, and there's these kind of folders here, down here, and where it says distortion, here is your amplifier. So I just click once and it's loaded, okay? I don't know how it will sound because I made some adjustments. Let's check it out. Okay, it's pretty much the same. So the sound was this one, okay? And I wanted to add some reverb and delay to it. So typically you don't use reverb and delay on the track insert, okay? In any studio, what the guys do is use auxiliary tracks, which is a special kind of track where you'll put your reverb and delays and chorus and stuff like that. Because on the main insert, which is here, probably you'll only use the sound of your Katana, the plugin that it's there already, and normally some compression and EQ to further shape your sound. Now to get those special effects down here, you have what is called synths, okay? So what's going to happen is that it's going to automatically create a new track, and the signal you have here is going to be fed into the new track, okay? So I'm going to create here on the plus sign, add synth, and it says here add effects channel. Here it is, the effects 1 channel. I'm going to double click and call it reverb for now. Press enter, it's done. You want to add some color, just click on your left bottom mouse. Let's add some color to it, yellow. Okay. Now you see also there's underneath the send already says reverb, there's this blue line where you can control the amount of signal you want to send to this new track. I'm going to put this at 0 because I don't want anything by now, okay? Now, on this track that we've just created, there's also a little arrow here to say that says expand, and you expand it. You expand this track in order to put your effects. This is a very clever way because when your window starts to have many tracks, you can always collapse this stuff and make it smaller. So on top of here, there's also a drop-down menu, not good for now, and then a plus arrow, and I'm going to click the plus. I'm going to close this folder, and there's here my folder that says reverb. There's one called mix reverb. I'm going to click it, and it's already opening. I'm not going to mess around with these knobs for now. I'll explain to you later, okay? So if I play my track now, it has no reverb because the send line, the blue one that I've told you about, is completely off. So I'm going to start to bring, as I play, I'm going to start to bring this line up, and we'll see what happens. Like you guys see, I instantly added some sort of plate reverb, but I'm not happy with the plate reverb, so I'm going to recall my mix verb, which is here on my insert channel, and I'm going to make some adjustments, like the size. I'm going to bring this up a little more size to it. There's this lock button, which you cannot touch this mix knob. I don't know why they make this, but essentially the mix knob works the same way as the send. You want to see? I'm going to press play. It's like if you put it all the way up, the signal is completely on, and something in between or nothing at all. So we'll leave it completely on, and we'll adjust the amount of reverb from here, which is a better option. Let's hear it and let's try to get a better reverb. Okay, so I've increased here some controls. I'm messing around with the damp that affects the eye contact frequency. You can listen more to the treble parts of the guitar, and I also increase the size of the reverb. Now I'm going to close this, and I want to add some delay. So we'll do the same thing. We're not going to put the delay here on the reverb track. Okay, I'm going to collapse this one, already called reverb, and I'm going to my send plus here once again, and create another effects channel. Double click here and call it delay. Press enter and ready to go. Click here, you can add any color. Let's add a blue one, okay? Now, once again, I have this little arrow to expand. I'm gonna expand it, and here, I'm gonna click on the plus button, plus sign. By default, PreSonus always leave these folders open. So I'm going here to delay, and click bit delay, the only one that comes with it. Okay, here it is. Now I'm going to disengage the reverb, and you can do this in two ways, or remove the amount of signal you send, or just click in this little activate and deactivate. And I'm going to do this so I can listen to my delay. So I'm put it in 0 by now, press play, and then I'm going to increase to see how it sounds. As you guys can see, it's already working, and I'm going to play and make some adjustments while it's playing. Okay, this is good enough for me. Now I'm going to engage the reverb and listen to both effects engaged. Without effects. With effects. The effects by default are stereo, so you'll see that these tracks are different. The metering has two clean green bars here instead of just one like I'm using for my vocal. Take a look. So hope you guys are with me and understand it so far. It's not very hard to do it, okay? I'm going to close this. And the last thing I want to talk about is about latency issues you might have. I want to click my mix window so it disappears as well. If you go here into Studio One and Preferences, right in the first window that appears, if you're having some clicks and pops and stuff like that, maybe your computer is not handling very well. It's very important to have a decent CPU like Core i5, Core i7, something like that. And lots of RAM nowadays is very important for any DAW, okay? So here there's a drop down menu, and you can see there's a lot of samples. What this means is that the lower you go, the less latency you have, okay? But as latency from the guitar outside, but 255 samples is more than enough in this case. Normally, when you record, you choose values like this, okay? Not so low, it's not worth it. Then when you have a lot of tracks you want to mix with all the plugins you have, you want to increase your buffer size so the computer can breathe. So you're gonna click here and go to the largest amount of samples you have. So this is it's called here device block size, but in the end it's just controlling the latency you have when you're recording and when you're mixing. And when you're mixing, especially with lots of tracks, you'll need more samples so the computer can keep up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Stay tuned for the next one, and cheers.